Hello and welcome back to episode 41 of St Albans FC Take to the Skies. We're back once again and we're approaching the end of the season. We've got some very important games today to try and make sure we remain in the playoff spots. So since you were last with us, we've had a largely good run. We beat Gloucester 1-0, beat Hartlepool 1-0, both late goals in those games. We then had a 1-1 draw with Kings Lynn, which was a bit disappointing. Their relegation in a relegation battle. We then bounced back with a 1-0 win against Altrincham. We did lose 1-0 to Scunthorpe, but then most recently we bounced back from that with a 4-2 win against Torquay in a game where it looked like they were battling back, but then we did manage to put them away. Today we've got Stockport, who are currently in 8th, and Chesterfield, who are top of the league. The Scunthorpe loss, not too disappointing. They are 2nd in the league, and we were very competitive against them. However, today's game against Stockport is a big one because if we win it, we go on to 71 points and they remain on 64, which is a big gap to have at the back end of the season with just 5 games to go. Hopefully we can make that happen. Let's go and see if we can. On the lineup for today's game, we've got Emery in goal, a back four of Harper, Mensah, York and Sanders, Lopez on the right, O'Rourke on the left, Smith and Egan as the two midfielders, and then Moriarty and Rush up front together. As you can see, Stockport in a bit of a poor run of form. Meanwhile, we're in pretty good form if you take away that loss to Scunthorpe. So hopefully it can be a win here today. A goal kick lump forward towards Moriarty, who heads down to Lopez. Back to Egan, who goes forward to Harper, but he goes back to Lopez, and Egan sends it out to the left. Smith passed it on to O'Rourke, who is dispossessed there by Drumfield. And Jeffcott tries to play the ball forward. Egan heads down to Smith, spreads the play out to Lopez, who goes back inside to Smith. There's Harper out on the right here. Ball through actually goes to Moriarty, who took way too long to get the shot off. Plays it off his man for a corner, but really should be getting a shot on target there. And O'Rourke's going to take the corner, whips it in, and Mensah was at the near post, but doesn't manage to get on it. And that's the end of the highlight there. And now we've got a throw-in for Stockport as Hollis throws it to McKenna and receives it back. He attacks down the right, cross goes in towards Barnett, and McKenna catches it on the volley and sends it just wide. And now a cross comes in from the left. Ray Williams heads it on and then it hits the bar and it's cleared away for a throw-in. And we have reached half-time. It's 0-0. We had much better start to the game, but then they really did grow into it as we approached half-time. Hopefully we can sort that out in the second half and come out strong once again. We're going to make our first changes at the 65-minute mark, with Hunter coming on for Moriarty. And we're going to send Bell on for O'Rourke, who's struggling a little bit on the left-hand side. And we're looking at Sanders as well. We've got nobody who can bring on for him, so we will send Carter on. No, we'll leave it just as those two changes for the moment. 15 minutes to go. Harper's got a throw-in, finds Hunter. Goes back to Harper, who drives into the box, and the cross isn't very good. Egan collects it as it cleared away, though, and nearly gets the ball nicked off him by Eze. Smith plays it back to Egan, who goes over the top to the left-hand side. Bell brings it down very nicely and gets the shot away. But it's a poor shot that's very easy for Barnes to make the save. But we've got another throw-in straight away. Harper finds Lopez, back to Harper, who crosses it in. Rush was in there, but it's headed away. Smith and plays it back to Egan. Back to Harper. Egan and Harper exchange the ball again. Ball in behind towards Lopez, who shoots, and Lopez makes no mistake. It's 1-0 to St Albans. If you look at this, the ball in behind from Harper there to Lopez, and he finds the bottom corner brilliantly. Sanders wins the header from the goal kick. Bell takes it past his man, and we've got a good chance here. Cross goes in, Hunter's in there, and it's 2-0. And that is the game all wrapped up. A win for St Albans is on the way. And with that, we almost secure ourselves in the playoff spots, I would say. A great strike from Hunter. to make it 2-0. A late throw in for Stockport now. Smith clears it away. It's picked up by Jeffcott though, who tries the ball forward. York heads it away. Drumfield collects. And he goes back to Gubbins. Ball goes forward. Mensah heads down to Smith, who plays it to Rush. And there's a chance for a breakaway here. Rush tries to play it in behind to Hunter, but a good block by the defender. York heads it straight to them, but they've forced them to go back to Jeffcott, who's forced all the way back to the goalkeeper. And he goes for a long ball over the top. Hollis is on the end of that, and Hollis makes it 2-1. It's going to be a nervy ending now with that goal, because all of a sudden we've got to just make sure they don't get another one. And that one was far, far too easy for them. Ball over the top, Hollis collects it, and Emery, not much he can do about it from there, really. But it was enough to see the game out. A 2-1 win. Goals from Lopez and Hunter. We're going to tell them well done. And when you look at the table, that moves us quite far clear of those the last spot with, 5 points clear of Gloucester and 7 points clear of Stockport. So hopefully that should be enough for us to stay in the playoffs. But we've got a big game against Chesterfield where we could cause a bit of an upset if we can pull it off. And for the game against Chesterfield, we bring Carter in midfield for Egan, and then the front two swap out for Hunter and Rolt. This game we're expected to be a bit more on the back foot, but you never know. They're late season. They've got a bit of pressure on them because they are top of the league. They need a result here to pull away from Scunthorpe, so maybe we can counteract that. They've also played a game more recently than us, so they might be a bit tired. You never know. Let's see if we can pull something off. Early highlight for Chesterfield, and Darius Everett has put a stunning free kick into the top corner. There's nothing Emery can do that. Nothing anyone can do about that. That was a stunning free kick. Yeah, fair play to him. Free kick of our own here. Harper whips it in. O'Rourke, it's offside. Oh, that's devastating. The spot from... Oh, I mean, yeah, he's well offside. Would have been nice to have had a goal from it, though. Their free kick, however, is going to bring a highlight. Lopez collects it, plays it back to Mensah, who plays it across the back to York. He goes to O'Rourke on the left, the almost goal scorer, trying to make a bit of space. Goes back to Sanders, who whips the cross in, and Hunter has been pushed over in the box by Chris Brown and is going to step up to then take the penalty. And it's a big chance for us to get on it level terms. That was a dreadful penalty. Throw in for Chesterfield. It's headed into the box. Abraham plays it back to Santiago. Dobra shoots from range and nearly finds that far corner, but doesn't quite manage to do so. But we have reached half-time. It is 1-0 to Chesterfield. We probably should have equalised from the penalty shot, but wasn't to be. Hopefully in the second half we can bounce back a little bit. As we reach the hour mark, we're going to send Egan on for Carter, and we're going to send Bell on for O'Rourke, who's struggling again a little bit today. And with 18 minutes to go, Woods is coming on for Smith to try and make an impact late in the game. We've got a late throw in here. Sanders throws it straight to Denny, who goes long. Mensah heads it back forward. Lopez collects it, and he gets space, shoots, and Lopez has equalised for St Albans with 7 minutes to go, plus injury time. But a late equaliser, and that could be a big moment, especially if we can go on and nick a winner in this game. However, that's not to be. We draw 1-1, but that's still a very good result against the team who are looking likely to go up as champions. And, yeah, essentially we could have won that game if Hunter scores the penalty. Obviously, it could have been a very different second half, but there was yeah, there's a potential for us to have won that game there. So very good performance from ourselves, and we've really pushed ourselves into the playoffs now. 8 points clear of 8th place and looking pretty good going into the last few games of the season. Let's go and have a look at where we're going to come back for the next episode on Friday. So what we're going to come back for, it's actually going to be, I'm going to assume we're going to secure the playoffs in these next 3 games. If it comes down to the Bournemouth game, we'll come back for the Bournemouth game. If it's already settled before, then we are going to come back for the playoffs. And hopefully we'll be able to have a bit of a run in them and see if we can steal a promotion spot away from what's probably the deserving Scunthorpe. But you never know. Playoffs, anything can happen. So we'll be back on Friday with either the Bournemouth game or the first round of the playoffs. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment where you think we're going to finish between 2nd and 7th. I believe we can still finish, between 3rd and 10th. But let me know what you think, which position we're going to get. Obviously, if we're in the 3rd spot, then we get a bye into the semi-finals of the playoffs. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you are enjoying the series, and thank you very much for watching.